Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Nick, and in today's video we will be going over some tips and tricks, some help for those of you who are in debt. If you know somebody in debt, if you're in debt personally yourself, this video will serve as some information that is not readily shared. It's kind of hard to find this type of information, so let's go ahead and get right into it, and let me know if you find value from what we are going to learn today. So first things first, make the first move. Almost anyone, even the wealthy, can sometimes have difficulty in meeting financial commitments on time. One action I have found to work many times is to make the first move. In other words, if you see that you cannot make payment on time because of sudden or unusual circumstances, call your creditor and explain your situation. Tell them your payment will be late, but try not to offer a specific date. This method can give you as much as 6 months of relief. The creditor will feel you are sincere since you did call and admit your inability to pay on time, and they will usually be more hesitant about insisting on immediate payment. So guys, this is very, very, very important. I know a lot of people who just don't, care to call, maybe are ashamed of calling, embarrassed of calling, scared of calling, whatever the case is. Calling never hurts, okay? It almost always helps. You're working with them, and if you can show that you're willing to work with them, they will 9 times out of 10 be willing to work with you because they want your business. They want the payment. You know what I mean? If you're telling them you can't make the payment, but maybe sometime in the future you can, most likely they'll work with you, because you got to think they have thousands and thousands of other customers who aren't even giving them a courtesy call, who aren't even letting them know, who are just letting the debt go into collection, charge off, whatever the case is. But here you come along and you're actually communicating with them. So they value that, okay? Banks, institutions, they value that type of thing. So depending on your situation, make the first move, call them, let them know your situation, and see if they can work something out. And, hopefully that benefits you. Let's keep moving. Answer collection letters. Very important, guys. So now this is really a switch. Send your creditor a short apologetic reply. Do not, again, be specific about the time you'll be able to pay. Your letter might read like this: Dear Mr. XYZ, I appreciate your recent reminder concerning my account. I am sorry that I cannot make payment on my account at this time. Unexpected hardships make payment at present impossible. I will arrange to get payment to you as soon as my situation permits. Thank you so very much for your understanding. Sincerely yours, John in debt. So this is more so toward not necessarily collection letters, because as you know on this channel, you don't necessarily have to pay collections. All right, we have letters on my website that you can use to get rid of collections off your credit report. But this is more so for your creditor. If you have a bank or a credit card or whatever the case is, go ahead, write them a letter, let them know. If you didn't want to call, this is an alternative to calling, and just send a letter and keep that as evidence. You might need it sometime in the near future. So let's keep moving. Use status ploys. This is a very interesting one. So all of us are aware that the wealthier we are, the better we are treated by our creditors. Lower income debtors are harassed, while debtors of better income may be handled with kid gloves. You can use this knowledge to your advantage no matter what your income. You can, for instance, respond to collection letters on expensive stationery, which can give your creditors, the impression that you are a person of some means. And in your reply, never say you are broke. Say something to the effect you are in a cash bind position at present, or that you have suffered a temporary difficulty in a large investment. So we all know money makes the world go round. Money makes the world go round, and the wealthier you seem to people, it's all about perception, guys. I mean, that's what the world is. The world is 100% perception. We all, whether you want to admit it or not, we all make judgments based on what we see. So it's no different with a company, an entity, a bank, or anything like that. So if you're sending in, like this is suggesting, in an expensive stationery, a fancy piece of paper or whatever, do you think they are going to respond better to that type of letter, or to someone who's just sending a handwritten letter, or regular piece of printer paper, who are saying they're broke, but you're using language as large investments or cash buying position? You know what I mean? It's just all about perception. So try it out. It doesn't hurt to try. It doesn't cost you a thing other than the expensive stationery paper. So, this is also worth a shot, guys, using status ploys. Send an anguished letter. So sending an anguished letter can be a good tactic if the pressure is on. This type of letter gives the impression of grave financial hardships due to some personal catastrophe. A letter of this type should give you 6 months or more of relief. So an anguished letter can be anything like, hey, I'm going through this type of hardship. I just, make it up. I don't personally recommend this type of thing. This is an option, depending on your situation. But you can just make up any type of personal catastrophe that's going on with your life and let them know in this letter, like, hey, I'm going through XYZ. I need some relief. I won't be able to make a payment. You know what I mean? And just, communicate that with them. And, maybe they'll give you 6 months of relief, like we're saying here. So control accessibility to yourself. You could, under some circumstances, make yourself inaccessible to your creditor. This serves to keep them off balance and guessing about your next move. In this way, he will not be able to tell exactly what assets you may possess. Following are a few ideas that may serve to make you inaccessible. So, number 1, change your telephone to unlisted. 2, omit your address from bank checks. 3, close your bank accounts. 4, have office calls screened. 5, avoid appointments with creditors or agents. And 6, omit your return address from all payments and correspondence with creditors and their agents. So if you make yourself inaccessible, they can't find you, and they can't try to collect debt on you. Okay, that's basically what this is saying here. And I suggest you guys want to do this anyways with your banks. Like, you want minimal contacts. All right, they don't need to have all your information. We are in a strange time where information is the new gold. So every company, you get on a new website, they're trying to get your cookies and they're trying to get, track your data. They ask you if they can track you and things like that. Don't give them that, guys. Personal privacy, personal sovereignty. That's the name of the game. The less they have, the better. All right, guys. So do what you have to do to control the accessibility to yourself. All right. Threaten the collector. This is a big one, guys. So it is often possible to turn the tables on a collector and give him some of his own medicine. Here are a few possibilities. Threaten with bankruptcy. A threat of bankruptcy almost always makes a creditor think twice. This is the last thing he wants to happen because he knows if bankruptcy takes place, he will likely never get all of his money. Do not make this threat in anger. Just mention that you have consulted an attorney about the possibility of bankruptcy. Threaten to complain to the FCC or postal authorities. If a creditor has used the telephone to harass or torment you, you probably can get relief from the Federal Communications Commission, or the FCC. The FCC strictly forbids such tactics. If they are used, you should tell the caller you will report him to the FCC. A similar rule also exists with the postal authorities. You can also threaten to sue. This threat really turns the tables on the creditor. If very harsh and harassing collection methods have been used against you, the threat of suit can be very effective. If the creditor has threatened you with criminal action of any kind, you may file a suit for extortion. As debt is a civil matter under the law, any contact of your creditor with your employer, friends, or neighbors, which may characterize you as a deadbeat, no matter inadvertent, can be grounds for a lawsuit. Again, do not respond in anger when mentioning the possibility of countersuit. Just mention in a cool manner you are seriously contemplating suing them. Also mention attorney's services have already been retained. So this is another good one, guys. Just threaten to sue. The threat in itself will turn, it will turn the tables. Literally, I've done that in the past for clients and myself. And you just add that extra little sauce into your letter, into your dispute letter, and they get their act together real quick. Okay, guys, because that's the last thing they want, is to be spending money on trying to defend themselves on a suit that they can't win. They can't win against you guys. All right, these are dead corporations, and you're a living human being, and the living entity almost always wins if you know who you are. So let's just keep that in mind, guys. Win a smaller settlement. So if your debt delaying tactics have been successful, this is a real possibility. The older a debt becomes, the less likely it will ever be collected on. Creditors know this and are sometimes willing to negotiate. You might tell your creditor you are leaving the country in a week or so and that you will settle your debt for 25 cents on the dollar. Many times the creditor will see that he has been outmaneuvered and will settle the payment with pennies on the dollar. So this is another good one, guys. If you do want to, possibly pay them some type of money, never give them the full amount. It's not financial advice, not legal advice, but I'm just saying, if you can negotiate with them and get it down to 25 cents on the dollar, or, you know, a certain sum of money, or whatever you choose, because the ball is in your court, right? It's a high likelihood that if they don't accept, then they won't get anything at all. And they want to be paid, even if it's just a small amount of money, if it's just a fraction of what you owe, they still want to be paid, because they know it is quite easy to be ghosted. And like I said earlier in the video, they have thousands of other clients who just let their accounts go into default, into charge-offs, and just don't communicate with them at all. So you will be the one rare occurrence who is actually trying to work with them and give them some type of payment. Then the likelihood of them actually accepting that is pretty high and in your favor. So that is the end of the video, guys. I hope you guys got some value out of this, some different tactics that you could possibly use if you're currently in debt, and you just want an idea of the possibilities of what you can do to get out of debt, or mitigate any harassment that you're getting from these debt collectors, collection companies, things like that. Remember that on my website, I have collection letters that you can send, dispute letters that you can send. I have credit ebook on there, a bunch of resources on there that you can actually use and get things done today. Okay, like there's no need to wait. You don't have to wait 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, whatever the case is. All that information you can literally use today. You can print off, send it off today, get things done, get on the right track, and better your life, get rid of this debt, and restart your financial journey. So if you guys enjoyed that video, go ahead and drop me a like button. Smash that like button, drop me a subscribe, and tell a friend to tell a friend. Someone might need this, and this could be of great value to them. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and check out the other videos on my channel where I talk about how to make money with cryptocurrency. I talk about how to fix your credit. I talk about the financial markets. I talk about a lot of cool stuff that's similar to what we talked about today that you can't necessarily Google and find easily. So head on over to the playlist section on my channel, and everything is going to be nice and neat, organized in 3 different playlists for you. And as always, guys, I want to thank you guys once again for watching. I'm going to send infinite abundance to you now and forever, and I will see you again in the video tomorrow. Peace.